साथ में बात करेंगे, बेसिक से लेके आगे तक की बात करेंगे, मार्केट को कैसे देखना है टेक्निकल स्टडीज के साथ में. So very quickly, I'm going to share across my PPT. Let me just share that across. And if you, I'm sure you are all excited to be with me until 5 p.m. here, and I am more than happy to share across anything, any questions that you might have. So let me just now, if you are able to see my screen, I'll just move forward. Wave Strategy Advisors, we are an independent research company. We provide research across equity, commodity, forex markets. And Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul is for ensuring you people learn from various techniques that I have been practicing for nearly 15 years. Okay, you can post your quiz in the Q&A box. You might not be able to post it in the chat box, so you can post your questions in the Q&A box. You can see me on various business channels. Today, I was there on CNBC Awaaz. I was there on CNBC TV 18. I was there on Economic Times website live streaming. And right now, I'm on Edelweiss. So I have been there on various business channels. You can see me across the board. I have also won many times CNBC Khiladi #1 shows. You can see it from here. Consecutive 3 times I have won out of 4 times I have won this Khiladi #1 show. If you are following me on CNBC Awaaz, these are and with various margins. Even on the Bullseye Trade shows, even on ED when there was a show, I used to be there and I won there as well. I have written for Navara Times Economic Times section. I speak at IIM's, CNBC TV 18, as I said, National Stock Exchange. I was also speaking at China Investment Forum. I'll be there in mid of September. There is another which is going on. There will be 3,000, 4,000 participants expected who is going to be hearing from me on Elliott Wave and time cycles. So this is a book which I have authored. The book name is Effective Trading in Financial Markets Using Technical Analysis. So without spending much time, the book is being endorsed by Robert Proctor himself and Mr. Ernest P. Chen and various. So published worldwide, available on, I'll share the link where you can buy it later on. These are various happy faces from various trainings I have conducted, and this is from China Investment Forum that I talked about. You can also tweet across to me. You can tag Edelweiss and ensure you are following me everywhere. So चलते हैं मार्केट को देखने के लिए, समझते हैं कि what do we expect markets to do and is it possible to forecast the market. If you are looking at this specific chart, this is a chart of Nifty. And there are certain labels which I have done here. These are the labels basis of the Elliott wave counts, I can say, or Neo wave count. So when the market was around this area, we expected that it will come down, go up, come down. That's how it's going to behave. Form a range before giving a breakout on the basis of wave theory. Now, did it happen that way? Exactly. That's how market formed, continued to move in a sideways action. And finally, it gave a breakout on the upside. That's how the markets behaved. So, इसका मतलब ये है कि market को forecast करना possible है, future देखना possible है. This is what you can clearly make out by seeing this chart, which I am sharing across. This is Bank Nifty chart again, which was on 27th August, which is showing certain vertical lines, which are time cycles, along with candlesticks, and a lot of those things are being shown here. Along with a sideways pattern, and Bank Nifty also behaved precisely. So the reason I'm showing you this is because लोगों को लगता है कि ये चीज नहीं चलती है, but to be honest, this works exceptionally well. So 2008, it was an eye-opener year for me. I used to work with Lehman Brothers. नाम तो सुना होगा. अगर आप वो टाइम से हो, 2008 में Lehman Brothers ने bankruptcy file किया था. There was a big collapse in the financial markets. And Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. I lost my job and I did my CMT, cleared all 3 levels of CMT in 1 year itself. And I started studying about Elliott wave, time cycles, basics of technicals, and a lot of those things. So I'll come to these charts. Even lunar cycle works exceptionally well. I'm sure you might not even have thought कि lunar के साथ में market का कोई link हो भी सकता है क्या? Yes, that is what I'm trying to tell you. There is a link between the lunar cycle and the market, moon phase and the market. There is a link. See, I am not an astrologer. I only know what works in the market, and that's what I practice. And you know, tomorrow I think is again a Purnima. and Purnima market usually changes the trend. So that's a very vital information, guys who are traders who wants to know when is the market going to change. आज तक सुना होगा म्यूचुअल फंड वाले बोलते हैं कि मार्केट को टाइम मत करो, right? I am the first guy you might be listening to who is saying that you can time the market, so why the hell do the SIP? If you can time the market, because that's where you can make the most amount of money if you are able to time the market, और वो करना possible है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा उसका साइंस समझना होगा. Market is not gambling. It is all about understanding the basics of the science of the market and basically understanding the heartbeat of the market in terms of price and time both. Everyone focuses only on price. I say why not to focus also on time? क्योंकि सोचो आप, ऐसा हुआ है आपके साथ में कि आपने ट्रेड लिया, ट्रेंड सही था, डायरेक्शन ऊपर का ही था, लेकिन ट्रेड लिया और वहां से निफ्टी में 100 पॉइंट का फॉल आया और आपका स्टॉप ट्रिगर होके फिर ऊपर गया, या कोई स्टॉक पे बाई किया. ऐसा लगता है कि खाली आप ही के स्टॉक का स्टॉप लॉस ट्रिगर करना था एंड देन इट वेंट इन फेवर. This happens because you are not trading in sync with the time. You are trading against the time. That's why this kind of breakouts fail. So वो सब चीजों के बारे में I'll tell you. पहले चलते हैं the most basic and most important thing, which is understanding a simple way of looking at a chart and the candlestick. So instead of a PPT, see, I'm not a PPT guy. If you ask a trader to show how it works, it has to be on the chart, which is the latest one. I've just compiled some PPTs, some slides for you all because that's how the corporate presentation has to be. But it doesn't make sense. चलते हैं चार्ट पे, एक काम करते, ट्रेडिंग व्यू लेते. I'm not recommending you trading view or any go charting platforms. I'm just saying, let's just go there. Let's pick up a chart and look at it a fresh eye कि कैसे बेसिक तरीके से टेक्निकल स्टडीज को, कैंडल को देख के आप ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. Okay, so I'm just going to go there. And as I said, if you have any questions, you can just post it in the Q&A box. So let me share across my screen now. यहाँ पर, if you check, this is the Q&A, this is the screen where I am showing you my Nifty chart. And that's the chart that you can see. If I have to ask you, let's make it little interactive. नहीं तो मुझे लगेगा आप सो गए हो, आप सुन भी नहीं रहे हो. I don't want that to happen. I want to know. See, we are doing it online. Online is fantastic, but only if you make it engaging and make it interactive. I am going to ask you one simple question. Looking at this chart, आज तक सुना होगा कि यार you should trade always trade in the direction of the trend. My first question to everyone: how do you know what is the trend? Trend is your friend. You should trade in the direction of the trend. उस तरीके से सब लोग बात करते हैं, लेकिन ट्रेंड है क्या? हाउ डू यू नो व्हाट इज अ ट्रेंड? डू यू हैव यू एवर थॉट अबाउट इट कि यार इतना अगर इजी है तो क्यों पैसा नहीं बन रहा है? सो आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू द मोस्ट सिंपलेस्ट वे ऑफ नोइंग व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड. मोस्ट सिंपलेस्ट वे ऑफ नोइंग व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड. जानना है आपको ये सब कि ट्रेंड क्या होता है, कैसे देखते हैं? चलिए, लेट्स जस्ट गो ऑन द चार्ट. I'm going to show you a simple candle formation. I'm not getting into candlestick patterns. I'm not getting into anything. I'm simply trying to tell you how to read the screen. Screen reading जो बोलते हैं ना, वो मैं आपको बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. यहाँ पर, this is the candle that you can clearly see here. Okay. Now this is the overall chart. Just keep one thing in focus. What I'm doing right now is very important. Whether you are an expert trader, you are trading for many years, you know everything. लेकिन ये चीज को ध्यान देना, because this is how expert traders look at the market, and that's I've learned it doing my research for more than 15 years, and I've also mentioned it in my book. So if you're looking at this chart, the trend will, suppose the trend is down. Simple candlestick practice we are doing. Suppose the trend is down and this is a bearish candle that you are seeing here. And right now, this reversal will happen. How do we know the trend is down? Because this high is below the prior high, this low is below the prior low. This is the simplest Dow theory that you can possibly understand. Simplest Dow theory, nothing else, no rocket science. Simple Dow theory technique. Now, if you're looking at this, the next chart, if you look at it, the next candle, sorry, when will the trend change? Trend कभी reverse होगा ऊपर की ओर. Once I see a close happening above the prior high, the high above the prior high and the low above prior low. The three conditions, most important three conditions for a trader is this. The high has to be above the prior high, the low has to be above the prior low, and the close has to be above the prior high. Once these three condition is satisfied, trend is up and you should look for buying opportunity. When will the trend change down? The trend will change down once you see what should be the condition? High should be below the prior high, low should be below the prior low, and close should be below the prior low. ठीक है, ये मेथड के साथ में चलते हैं, मैदान में देखते हैं मार्केट में क्या हो रहा है. If you look at this candle, I can clearly say the all three conditions are very, very clearly defined and the trend reversed upside. Trend will be upside here also, here also, here also, here also. You know, trend did not change on this candle. Trend did not change on this candle. Why? Because we are not seeing any close below the prior candle low. So तीन condition चाहिए ना, high and low का condition satisfy हुआ, लेकिन ये जो close था, this close is not below the prior candle low. Prior candle low ये था and we did not close below that. ये low के नीचे close नहीं किया निफ्टी ने. So that indicated that the trend has not changed on the downside. So the trend is still up. And that's what you can see. So today many will talk about we found a bearish candle and this and that. But the three conditions are still intact, which means the current market scenario is still on the buy side. The current market scenario is still on the buy side. As simple as that. Daily chart पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ पोजिशनल ट्रेड के लिए. इंट्राडे पे आपको सेलिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल सकती है. इफ यू आर लुकिंग एट एन इंट्राडे चार्ट, you might have selling opportunity, but positionally, this is how you have to look at the chart. Is it clear? Okay. Let's now go on to the hourly chart. Are you trading hourly? Do you have access to the Q&A box? Everyone is able to post something in the Q&A. If yes, then simply post it there so that I know that you are able to understand it very, very clearly. ठीक है. So यहाँ पर I'm just showing you 1 hour chart here. On the 1 hour chart, if you're looking at the overall movement today, ठीक है, ये मैंने रखा है, जो मैंने लिखा है वहां पर अभी भी I'm just kept it there so that you understand it. If you're looking at the overall chart here and today's move, today this was the candle. Think about it. Okay, in this candle, I'll repeat the concept again. And daily is preferred for positional trade, plus hourly also you have to see. दोनों chart देखना है आपको. Okay, and I'll repeat the concept again. If you're looking at the opening here, can I say since the opening hour, do you see any three conditions changed? अप ट्रेंड के लिए क्या चाहिए था आज के दिन में आफ्टर द ओपनिंग आवर? व्हाट वाज द स्ट्रेटजी वी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द अप मूव? द स्ट्रेटजी दैट वी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द अप मूव वाज we need to see a close above the prior candle high. In this entire trend, not a single close has been above the prior candle high. So I'll repeat the three conditions. When will this trend change on the upside as per basic simple Dow theory? The trend will change upside when I see a candle like this. It means that this high is above the prior high, this low is above the prior low, and this close is above the prior high. So the trend will change once I see a high above prior high, low above prior low, and a close above prior high. तीन कंडीशन समझ में है जो मैंने यहाँ लिख रखा है. So once that happens, we can say that the overall trend now is changing back to the upside. So अगर आप इंट्राडे ट्रेड करते हो तो इंट्राडे में बाइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं थी, इंट्राडे में सेलिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी ही थी आपको बेसिस ऑफ द आवरली कैंडल, because not a single candle actually closed above the prior candle high. This is a very simple form in which you can trade. बहुत ही सिंपल है and easy way है in which you can possibly trade the market. Is it clear? You can apply this on stocks, you can apply this on bank nifty, you can apply it on any chart. इसके साथ चलते 5 मिनट के चार्ट पे। इनफैक्ट कल ही मैंने हमारा एक मैंने ट्वीट किया था कि हाउ डू यू ट्रेड ऑन अ 5 मिनट टाइम फ्रेम यूजिंग वेव थियरी, उसके बारे में डिस्कस किया था मैंने ऑन माय यूट्यूब चैनल ऑल्सो, आशीष क्याल एट क्या @क्याल आशीष वहां पर। तो यहाँ पर अगर खाली आप देखेंगे एक सिंपल ट्रेंड लाइन कनेक्ट करते हैं, दिस इज द डिमांड लाइन, ओके। आई जस्ट सिंपली कनेक्ट दिस लो एंड आई, अच्छा वो ऑलरेडी प्लॉटेड है यहाँ पर। So this is the demand line that you see. This is a 5 minute nifty chart. 5 मिनट पे आप देखिए क्या ब्यूटीफुली चार्ट फंक्शन करता है। we have a move from the low of the channel. So this was the support. Look at the supports. This was the support here, resistance, support multiple times, 5 minutes time frame है। एंड यहाँ आज सपोर्ट लिया, बाउंस बैक हुआ, बट देन रिवर्स्ड बैक ऑन द डाउन साइड। सो दीज आर शॉर्ट टर्म चार्ट्स एंड ये जो वर्टिकल लाइंस देख रहे हैं इसे हम कहते हैं टाइम साइकिल, ओके। दीज आर नोन एज अ टाइम साइकिल, इट वर्क्स लाइक मैजिक। इनफैक्ट आई कैन टेल यू कौन से टाइम में कितने बजे मार्केट में रिवर्सल आने की पॉसिबिलिटी है। इमेजिन, आई कैन इवन टेल यू which date, which time markets can reverse basis of this concept known as time cycle. So बहुत जन जो सोचते हैं मार्केट में ट्रेड करना मतलब गैम्बलिंग है, नो बॉस, इट इज अ साइंस, इट इज अ फिजिक्स हाउ इट फंक्शंस। बट इधर थोड़ा ह्यूमन सेंटिमेंट इन्वॉल्व रहता है, इसलिए थोड़ा सा लीवे देना पड़ता है। तो इफ यू लुक एट दिस ब्लू एंड द रेड लाइन, आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन सम कॉन्सेप्ट। कैन आई से ये रेड के पास में निफ्टी ने लो बनाया, sharp bounce back, okay, around this line again, blue के बाद में red के पास में low बनाया, bounce back, low and a bounce back. You can see this low and a sharp bounce back. Can you see this low formation again today on the red one? And can you see the bounce back that is happening? Isn't that wonderful? How is it possible that every time the red line kicks in, Nifty bounce back on the upside? This concept is known as time cycle. और ये आप प्लॉट कर सकते हो यहाँ पर या कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर पे आप इजीली प्लॉट कर सकते हो। दिस इज अ 5 minute चार्ट। यू कैन इवन डू इट ऑन बैंक निफ्टी। मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, बैंक निफ्टी के चार्ट पे चलते हैं, 15 मिनट्स पे चलते हैं। विल टेक डिफरेंट एग्जाम्पल, डिफरेंट एसेट्स, we'll look at all of those things and we will be able to gauge what is happening around. Look at bank nifty chart and look at the red markings that are done. It is working again superb. यहाँ पर लो था, निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी ऊपर गया, a low formed with a gap down, rally, low formed rally. So I can say that these vertical lines are the most important ones that you should look at when you are looking at any of the chart, which is known as a time cycle. How to plot this time cycle? I'll just show you. But हमारा टॉपिक आज का टेक्निकल एनालिसिस पे, टाइम साइकिल इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट, लेकिन मस्त है। मतलब इफ यू आर एबल टू अप्लाई दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, यू कैन टाइम द मार्केट की कौन से डे पे। इनफैक्ट इवन ऑन माय CNBC आई हैव मेंशन्ड, आई मेंशन्ड इट सो मेनी टाइम्स ऑन माय ट्विटर हैंडल आल्सो, कि कौन से टाइम पे निफ्टी कितने बजे बॉटम आउट होने की पॉसिबिलिटी है। So when everyone was bearish, I was like, no boss, this is the time to buy. When everyone was super bullish, I said, now this is going to reverse. So if we go and check here, there is a tool which we see as cyclic lines. So you can select cyclic lines from this and you can simply plot it. So यहाँ जाना है, ये select करना है, and you can plot these lines. Can you see that? लेकिन कहाँ से select करना है, कितना plot करना है, all of those require some understanding about the concept of time cycle. So वो understanding बहुत जरूरी है, and उसके बिना आप यहाँ पर ट्रेड नहीं कर सकते हो. तो सिंपल डाउ थियरी के बेसिस पे अगर हम बैंक निफ्टी को देखते हैं, चलिए लेट्स गो ऑन बैंक निफ्टी डेली चार्ट. बैंक निफ्टी डेली चार्ट पे देखेंगे तो ट्रेंड फिलहाल ऊपर का है. द स्टॉक हैज कंटिन्यू टू राइज ऑन द अपसाइड, बट यस दिस इज द चैनल रेजिस्टेंस व्हिच आई एम सीइंग. देयर इज अ वे टू प्लॉट इट, दैट्स व्हाट वी कैन सी हियर, एंड दिस इज द लेवल. वहां से थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग हमें देखा जा रहा है, लेकिन ट्रेंड ऊपर का है. इफ आई गो ऑन 1 आवर चार्ट ऑफ बैंक निफ्टी, आई कैन क्लियरली सी आज के दिन में प्रॉफिट बुकिंग देखी गई थी. सो फिलहाल मार्केट बाय ऑन डिप्स है. नाउ कौन से लेवल के डिप पे बाय करना चाहिए, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट समझना है गैप. डू यू नो व्हाट इज गैप? These are gaps. Can you see these big gaps? This act as a classic support and resistance. So you can see a gap here, you can see a gap here. This works fantastic. These are support levels. So बैंक निफ्टी का जो सपोर्ट है वो 40,200 पे है. So the gap that you see on the charts are very important. So the gaps over here are very, very crucial. So 40,200 is the support that you can clearly see on the market, and you can see that on bank nifty also over here. So gaps are very crucial. Remember one thing which is important, because without understanding the pulse of the market you will not be able to trade well. So this is the resistance line. This will be a very important support. Okay, so I have marked all the gaps. So along with gaps, you can even look at it on a 15-minute chart. It depends on which time frame you want to see. Now, if I'm going to apply a simple, if I want to apply a simple way of timing the market, then I'll use a 15-minute chart. Why 15 minutes? Because 15 minutes is the time frame which divides the entire market during the day in equal proportion. 1 आवर में प्रॉब्लम क्या है, लास्ट का 15 मिनट्स कैंडल जो होता है ना, वो 3:15 to 3:30 होता है. उसमें आप 1 घंटा काउंट कर रहे हैं, वो इनकरेक्ट है एक्चुअली. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव टू यूज a 15-minute chart. So if you are a positional trader also, use a daily chart, use a hourly chart, and use a 15 minutes chart. बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो हमें ट्रेड कैसे लेना है और कहाँ लेना है, I'll explain it to you in a very simple layman's language. This is a 1 hour chart. Can I say the daily trend was up? If the daily trend is up, can I say I have to look for buying opportunity on hourly 15 minutes time frame? लेकिन hourly trend bearish as per the Dow theory concept that we did just now. Can I say that the hourly trend for today is bearish? कैसे पता चला? See, candlestick is not important, but candle kaha ban raha hai is more important. This candle is a graveyard doji, and next candle took out the low on hourly and closed here. This candle formed at a resistance line. That's why this is important. Okay, the candle formed at the resistance line. That is why this is important. After this formation, you can clearly see the market went sideways to down. Now, in this kind of a case, sideways to down gaya market, यहाँ पर overall trend ऐसा था. So can I say it is on the buy side? So if on Monday, if that's a big question, if on Monday it comes towards the support, which is around 40,200, and we see a reversal, suppose it forms a morning hammer or morning star or something, and we get a classic reversal candle formation here. So can I say, since it is reversing now from the area of significance with a bullish candle, it is, I call it as a smiley. Smiley, na? That's a smiley. This is a smiley. So यहाँ पे you see a frown face. यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो smiley. स्माइली पे बाय करना है, फ्राउन फेस पे सेल करना है, ठीक, क्लियर है? That's how you have to look at the market. So if Nifty comes down, forms a smiley, and manages to follow the three conditions: high above prior high, low above prior low, close above prior high, we will get a classic indication to go long, keeping this low as a stop loss. Why? Because this is happening from the gap, which is here. This is happening with a positive candle confirmation, which is here. And very importantly, do not forget the daily bias is still positive. When are we going to turn bearish? If Nifty breaks below 40,200, Bank Nifty breaks below 40,200, then we wait. Wait for what? Wait for pullbacks. Why? Because below 40,200, if it goes, we need a pullback to form a lower high low formation, come back to the gap area and show a reversal here. If this happens, I can say this is my stop loss, this is my sell below this low. So I will sell the market once I have a clear lower high, lower low formation. This is the foundation of any method. You call it technical analysis, you call it fundamental, you call it anything, doesn't matter. प्रॉब्लम क्या है मालूम है? जो लोग फंडामेंटल एनालिस्ट है वो आज न्यूज पढ़ेंगे, अरे जॉब डेटा अच्छा आया यूएस में, एंड यहाँ पे जाके लॉन्ग करते हैं, देखेंगे फेड है वहां रेट है क्या, यहाँ जाके शॉर्ट है. हैव एवर सीन कोरिलेशन कितना है? जाके पहले चेक तो करो. यहाँ पर रिजल्ट अच्छा है, आप जाके बाय करो. Once the news is out, once the result is out, understand you will be the last person to buy or sell. So never buy actually after the results are announced. Rather, it is said that you should buy on rumors and sell on news. News बाहर आ गया मतलब निकल जाना. So that's how it works. So you have to understand it very clearly. This is a classic Dow theory. So let me just go back on my PPT and share you this chart. But before I go on, I just want to ask you, are you still here with me? Are you कैंडल देखा होगा, लेकिन ऐसा देखा था कभी इतने डिटेल में कैंडल को आपने आज तक ऑब्जर्व किया था? टाइम के साथ में कौन से टाइम पे मार्केट रिवर्स होगा, कैसे होना चाहिए, कैंडल पे कैसे स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर्म कर सकते हैं, एरिया ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस क्या होता है, all of those things I have explained it to you. Let me now go on the PPT, share it across. Jignesh is saying I've never seen it in this way. Okay, thank you. Let me now simply look at this candle that you are, not candle, this PPT you are seeing. So you can see here the basic premise of this is it is forming a higher high, higher low formation, and that's how it is showing a very clear higher high formed and higher low formed here. That's the trend. Okay, that is what I'm saying. You should trade in the direction of the trend. Now, how to identify trend? मैंने क्या बता दिया, this is lower high, lower low. So there are different types of trend. This is what I've told you. Then head and shoulder pattern. You can see it here. Head and shoulder. This is the head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and this is known as a head and shoulder with a neckline here. निफ्टी ने जब 7,500 पे टॉप बनाया था, 7,500 टॉप नहीं, बॉटम, उसके पहले जो टॉप बनाया था 12,000 के आसपास, क्लासिक हेड एंड शोल्डर पैटर्न बना के, सुपर पैटर्न है. यू शुड नो पैटर्न्स, यू शुड नो हाउ टू सी कैंडल्स, यू शुड नो हाउ टू सी टाइम, एंड देन इफ यू ट्रेड यू विल नॉट बिलीव. आपको न्यूज चैनल देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं. या आई डू कम ऑन ऑल द चैनल, बट आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू कैन ट्रेड इट योरसेल्फ. तो यहाँ पर हेड एंड शोल्डर पैटर्न देखा था हमने, डबल टॉप पैटर्न. डबल टॉप मींस ये और ये टॉप सिमिलर है. दिस इज नोन एज द नेकलाइन. ब्रिज बिलो द नेकलाइन गिव्स द कंफर्मेशन ये डबल टॉप है. द रीजन आई एम रशिंग अ बिट इज बिकॉज वी हैव ओनली 1 hour एंड देयर इज सो मच टू टॉक अबाउट. यहाँ पर डबल टॉप है, डबल बॉटम. यू कैन क्लियरली सी अ लो फॉर्म्ड हियर, लो फॉर्म्ड हियर, ब्रेकआउट ऑन द अपसाइड, रीटेस्ट over here, and that's how the overall market moved, forming a double bottom pattern. Target इसका जो width है ना, if you project this width on the upside, you will get double bottom formation. Triangles. Triangles are superb to trade. If you remember, I showed you a triangle pattern. Let me go back to Nifty and show you two again. Triangle pattern breakout जो हुआ था, जो मैंने predict किया था before the triangle was formed on the basis of wave theory. So can you see this? This is Bank Nifty. Let me show it to you on Nifty. यहाँ पर if you look at it, and this is 17756 Gann square of 9 level mark कर रखा है मैंने. This is a Gann square of 9 level. I practice Gann, I practice Neo Wave, time cycle, and of course candlestick. So if you look at a 15-minute chart, 1 hour, 15 minutes, with time, I'm going to tell you, this is the classic triangle pattern जो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर. सुपर पैटर्न बनाया निफ्टी ने, consolidation and a triangle, and then we got a break on the upside very clearly. That's the triangle pattern I'm talking about to you. Overall, that's what we can observe from the chart here. Are you understanding? And look at the blue color line here. Low formed here, look at the bounce back. Low formed here, look at the bounce back. Which means, do you need an auspicious date? आपको पता है कि हम कभी भी एक कोई अगर घर लेते हैं या कुछ अच्छा काम करने जाते हैं, we look at the मुहूर्त. क्या मुहूर्त है, शुभ मुहूर्त कौन सा है? Same thing here. This is no different. We are looking at what is the Shubh Muhurat here. If you're looking at this, the Shubh Muhurat of market is on 12th of September at 12:30. आज 9th है, 10th 11th छुट्टी है. 12th of September is the time when you can possibly look at the market very clearly at 12:30 के आसपास, 12:30 के आसपास कैंडल देखना है. अगर 12:30 बजे 12 सितंबर को कैंडल पॉजिटिव बना, रिवर्सल मिला, तब आप बाय करेंगे. कैंडल नहीं बना तो नहीं करना है. यू नीड अ कैंडल प्लस टाइम, बोथ कंफर्मेशन. So I'm going to look for buying opportunity on Nifty on 12th September at 12:30. Please do note this time. We will look closely how it goes. In fact, मेरा mentorship session था कल सुबह. We took 3 trades. You know, went fantastic. Expiry day trade लिया हमने live trading session में. We took that basis of these techniques I'm talking about. Basis of wave theory, time and candlestick. और साथ में हमने stock पे positions ली. Then we also looked at how to create long position by the closing hour. So we decided कि 17,800 पे long जाएंगे. And look at it. So people are trying to go long today. We went long yesterday around this level. And basis of lot of techniques, which is simple candle, looking at the wave count and then trading. Wave theory के बारे में पता है किसी को? What is wave theory and how it looks like? Wave theory मतलब everything is governed by time and waves. You know, small ocean tide, if you go on the seashore, you see the ocean tide, small waves comes towards the shore, combines to form bigger shore. That's how the market is. The tick chart combines to form a minute chart. Minute chart combines to form a bigger hourly chart. Hourly chart combines to form much bigger chart. That's what I am telling you. This is how the entire market functions. So you need to understand this very clearly, and you have to trade basis of the wave theory also. Why? I'll tell you. यहाँ पर everything moves in steps of waves. We have 5 steps forward, 3 steps backward, 5 steps forward, 3 steps backward. That's how it happens. Let's just look at it. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 going on. So we went long riding the 5th on the upside. So 5th step यहाँ आ गया. 5th step के बाद में we need 3 steps backward. So A हो गया, B हो गया, we'll have a C. ये कहां तक जाएगा मालूम है? It will go Fibonacci apply करना है. Now you apply a Fibonacci retracement technique. यहाँ पर जाना है, go and apply a Fib retracement, and you will be able to see that. So that's the power of knowing these techniques. So which means कहां तक जाएगा retracement अगर होगा तो? पहला सपोर्ट आता है 17,750. अगर यहाँ पर 17,750 आया and we come here by around जो टाइम हमने देखा है 12:30 ऑन मंडे, 17 12:30 ऑन मंडे, टाइम और प्राइस का कॉन्फ्लुएंस मैं आपको बता रहा हूं। इफ इट कम्स हियर एंड फॉर्म्स अ पॉजिटिव रिवर्सल, गो लॉन्ग, सिंपल है। तो टाइम आपको ध्यान रखना है, मतलब अगर आप जॉब करते हैं, आप बिजनेस में बाहर है, आप खाली जाना 12 बजे, 12:30 बजे, 1 बजे देखना क्या हो रहा है और कौन से लेवल पे निफ्टी है। अगर नीचे आया है, ये लेवल पे निफ्टी आपको मिलेगा, look at it as an opportunity to buy the market. That's how easy it is. If you know this science, this is a science of trading. That is what it is. And that's how you have to look at it. It works wonderfully. You should just know how to look at it in the correct fashion. Okay. यहाँ पर I'm just take a few questions. Abhinash is saying good teaching. Thanks. I'm glad to know it's useful and you are able to understand that. So ट्रेड सेटअप के बारे में बात करते हैं। चलिए, क्या ट्रेड सेटअप कैसे डिराइव करना है हम अभी देखेंगे। आज के दिन में डेली ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है, आवरली नेगेटिव है, ठीक है। तो हम नोट बनाएंगे कि भाई डेली ट्रेंड तो ऊपर है, क्यों, वो कैंडल की टेक्निक जो मैंने आपको बताई, एंड आवरली ट्रेंड नीचे है। तो करना क्या है, वेट। तो इसका मतलब डायरेक्शन नहीं है मार्केट में, वेट करना है। कभी तक वेट करना है, 12:30 मंडे को वेट करना है मार्केट में। 12:30 मंडे को वेट करना है। क्यों वेट करना है 12:30 मंडे के लिए? बिकॉज दिस इज वेयर द एरिया इज। कौन से लेवल तक के लिए वेट करना है? 17,756। सो वी विल वेट मंडे एट 12:30, 17,756 के लेवल तक। यहां पर आया और रिवर्सल बना। दिस टाइम इज नोन एज, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू मेक 12:30 p.m. which is going to be on 12th of September. एंड ये कौन सा लेवल है? 17,756। दिस इज अ गैन लेवल। तो कीप अ वॉच। इफ निफ्टी कम्स हियर, forms a clear cut strategy around this area, I'll just rub this off. तो हम यहाँ पर एक ट्रेड लेने की कोशिश करेंगे वो टाइम पे, एंड इस तरीके से मार्केट को आप ट्रेड कर सकते हो। दिस इज हाउ, सी 90% ऑफ द ट्रेडर्स लूज मनी, बिकॉज डोंट यू थिंक हर जन वही कर रहा है। गूगल पे गया, गूगल बाबा पे देखा कि क्या स्ट्रेटेजी है, एक ने बोला आरएसआई गया 70 से 60 पे सेल करो, 30 से 40 पे आरएसआई गया बाई करो, एंड दैट्स यू ट्रेड, एंड देन यू लूज मनी। अरे बॉस, यू आर बाइंग प्राइस एंड टाइम। Now, if you talk in terms of RSI, I'm not saying RSI is a wonderful study. What I'm saying is, पहले प्राइस पे फोकस करो, RSI सेकेंडरी है, क्योंकि आप प्राइस बाय और सेल कर रहे हो। Once you are comfortable, once you know what is the price suggesting, then RSI देखो कि ओवरबॉट तो नहीं है, ओवरसोल्ड तो नहीं है। That's how it is. Trading looks easy with these techniques. Yes, trading is easy. It should be simple and easy. Everyone can do it. See, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not the guy who just born trader. I believe traders can be made. It is possible to make them. And this is the research I've done. I've done research intensely, and I'm sharing it across now with the world. Because if you know koi cheez hoti hai which you are overwhelmed with, you know, this is fantastic. You want to share it across to the world. Don't you think so? That's what I'm trying to do. चलिए आगे चलते हैं, थोड़े बहुत पैटर्न्स के बारे में बात करते हैं। देन वी कम टू दिस चार्ट अगेन लेटर ऑन। लेट मी जस्ट go on the chart here. So if you are looking at this chart, this is a classic cup and handle pattern that you can see. You get a superb targets and amazing moves that you can see it on the chart here. I'll just clear off the screen. This is like a consolidation rectangle pattern, uska breakout. These patterns work superb. This is JSW still. This is not a flag pattern. ये weekly chart है. Many technical analysts mistakenly say this is a flag. No, flags are smaller pattern. This is like a rectangle type of a pattern. It's not a flag. Flag usually are on an hourly chart, 15-minute chart. Flag pennants are small. You can buy on the basis of patterns breakout. Look at Rashtriya Chemical Fertilizer after a huge consolidation. टाइम के बारे में जो मैंने आपको बताया, दिस इज फ्रॉम माई बुक इटसेल्फ. सो ये बुक मेरे बुक में है मेंशन्ड कैसे यूज करते हैं. नाउ लुक एट दिस 85 वीक्स टाइम साइकिल. बट उसके साथ में पहले मैं एक और चीज आपको बताना चाहूंगा, दो चीज रेदर. आई जस्ट मैं गोइंग टू शो इट टू यू. इज अ लूनार साइकिल, साथ में 85 वीक का साइकिल मैं बताऊंगा आपको. और एक और रिसर्च मैंने जो पब्लिश की थी. नाउ मेनी पीपल थिंक कि ये टेक्निकल एनालिसिस शॉर्ट टर्म में चलता है, लॉन्ग टर्म में नहीं चलता है. यू कांट रियली अप्लाई टेक्निकल एनालिसिस ईयर्स अहेड, क्योंकि इंडेक्स चेंज हो जाता है, गवर्नमेंट चेंज हो जाते हैं, पॉलिसीज चेंज हो जाते हैं. आता है ना दिमाग में. या मार्केट तो ऑपरेटर ड्रिवन है. मार्केट ऑपरेटर ड्रिवन है तो कैसे चलेगा आपके रिसर्च के हिसाब से. ये सब चीजें आती है. कोविड आ गया तो मार्केट तो गिरेगा ही, कैसे कोई प्रेडिक्ट कर सकता है. I'll show you something astonishing. I'll show you. Let me share across my screen. You will be thrilled. This will be an eye opener for you for lifetime. कि ऐसा possible है. If you seeing this research, 25th of July 2013. That's the research published in the year 2013. Monthly research जो मैं publish करते हैं हम clients के लिए, वहां वो research है. Okay? यहाँ पर if you go and scroll down, you will see a chart of Sensex, which is predicted to touch 61,000 level. Okay, basis of this wave theory 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basis of that, we mentioned that Sensex will touch 61,000 level, and we also mentioned by when it will touch. वो टाइम पे Sensex चल रहा था 17-18 हजार के आसपास. And this was published in the year, see this, the year when it was published was 2013 July. And look at the move that happened later on. Mention किया था that Sensex can touch 61,000 level by 2020. It was also mentioned giving little leeway of 10%. मतलब 27 हफ्ते का लीवे. जुलाई 2021 के पास में Sensex 61,000 होगा. Sensex made a high of 61,000 in October 2021. हमारा एक्सपेक्टेशन था जुलाई 2021, 8 साल पहले का प्रेडिक्शन है. Sensex ने 61,000 टच किया अक्टूबर 2021. कैन यू बिलीव दैट. और वहीं पे से निफ्टी ने टच किया 18,600 और वहां से रिवर्स. तो 61,000 से थोड़ा ऊपर गया एंड उसके बाद वी सॉ अ सुपर्ब रिवर्सल हैपनिंग on the market. Look at it. And this prediction when it was 18,000, सोचो आपको किसी ने बोला होगा कि सेंसेक्स 61,000 जाएगा. You wouldn't have believed it. You would have, there were people who told that I'm insane, I'm mad, I'm talking anything. Basis of this, I said my time cycle and wave theory both are suggesting these levels. ये तो कुछ भी नहीं. आगे मैं आपको बताता हूँ. बैंक निफ्टी. Okay, I'll show you बैंक निफ्टी का चार्ट. बैंक निफ्टी का चार्ट ये रहा. बैंक निफ्टी at that point of time was quoting around 12,000. 12,000 पे बैंक निफ्टी था. We predicted that बैंक निफ्टी will touch 40,000 level. 40,000 लेवल. सोचो ये टाइम के बेसिस पे 141 वीक साइकिल के बेसिस पे बैंक निफ्टी विल बी 40,000 लेवल. बाय व्हेन वो भी मेंशन किया. It will be by 2020, 2021. And लिखा था बैंक निफ्टी will touch 40,000 from 12,000 level. Might sound irrational or crazy at this point of time. लिखा है इस रिसर्च में. Do you believe it? Believe it or not, that's how it happened. सोचो ना, ये 8 साल में क्या नहीं हुआ. US elections, Trump lost, Biden won, India elections, Modi to power, China rift, India rift, COVID happened. इतना इवेंट हुआ, US China issues, बट मार्केट ने वही किया जो उसे करना था. मतलब जो दिख रहा था चार्ट पे वो होना था. which means destiny is already written. What are we doing actually? Think. सोचने वाली बात है कि अगर इकोनॉमी इस तरीके से चलने ही वाली थी तो हम कर क्या रहे. गवर्नमेंट के एक्शन से क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है. अगर निफ्टी को, सेंसेक्स को 61,000 टच करना था, डिस्पाइट ऑफ ऑल एवरीथिंग इट डिड. बिलीव इट, दिस इज अ लॉन्ग टर्म चार्ट, है ना? अमेजिंग. So what will be the market by 2030? I'm not going to reveal that so easily to you right now without giving you the science of these techniques. ये सब चीजें मैं अभी आपके साथ में नहीं बात कर सकता, because I need to explain you why, how, when, everything. This requires time, and time आज कम है. एक और चीज मैं आपको बताता हूँ यहाँ पर. This is of 85 week cycle. This is a cycle which Nifty follows. यहाँ पर 2008 का लो था, 2007 का लो था, यहाँ पर again a low. Every time this cycle Nifty formed a low, except here, which formed a top. In fact, यहाँ पर लो, the fall that you saw on the COVID, which happened here, was precisely on that 85 week cycle. Imagine, 85 week cycle पे यहाँ लो बनना था, वहीं पे लो बना, and वहां से sharp rally that we saw. अभी तो ये पुराना चार्ट है. I'm telling you, this is May 2021. We are now at 18,000, but I'm showing you the power of time. This is the power of time, which means आपने कुछ नहीं किया होता. You don't do an SIP. I tell you, you time the market. If you are able to time the market, you will make money. Rather, everything else will not, will be behind. How can we learn time cycles? So उसके लिए I need to speak with you for hours. I mean, I need around 10-12 hours to explain it to you, the complete science of cycle. Okay. Jignesh is mentioning, request Edelweiss team to invite Mr. Kyal conduct more session on wave theory, time cycles. Yeah, of course, that's going to be fantastic, right? I'm more than happy to speak. देखा था मैं एलियट वेव के बारे में बात की. एक कॉपर का एलियट वेव चार्ट है. फिलहाल ये देखिए, ये again, this is based on wave theory. When this is from January 2022, we expected Nifty to go up, fall down, go up, and then start correcting. This is the expectation that we have basis of wave theory. Fall का कहाँ दिखाएगा? Next chart में. See this. This is the forecast. Where is the Russia-Ukraine war happened? Here. After the war, where is the low formed? 16,200. Go and check the charts. This is the low, 16,200. And from there, we saw the bounce back before we fall again. तो इसका मतलब रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर होने के पहले ये फोरकास्ट करना पॉसिबल था. वाव, कि मार्केट को करेक्ट करना ही था, एंड इट हैपेंड. एंड रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर इज जस्ट अ कोइंसिडेंट इवेंट. नाउ यू थिंक इवेंट्स ड्राइव द मार्केट? नहीं, market drives everything. Okay, market drives you and me. It is not the other way around. हम न्यूज देखते हैं और ट्रेड लेते हैं. नहीं, मार्केट देखो और न्यूज क्या आएगा मैं आपको बता सकता हूं. अगर मार्केट ऊपर है तो न्यूज. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस आर फॉलिंग. With crude falling, people will say Indian economy will do better, inflation will go down, our fiscal deficit will reduce. Agreed. But you are talking only on the one side of the equation. What about the other side of the equation? If the crude price is falling, demand going down, demand slump, industrial slowing down, demand not picking up. That's why the crude prices are falling. Despite of the war in Russia-Ukraine, crude prices are falling, which means something is not right, which means slow down. So if you are bullish, you will look at the plus of it by inflation. If you are bearish, you look at the other side of the coin. What's the point of that news, which can talk in both directions? That's why look at the chart and the studies. This chart predicted the fall should come. Now the event is Russia, Ukraine or anything. And look at it. In fact, triangle भी बनाया था, वो बोला था यहाँ से ऊपर fall, rise and fall. And look at the next screen. That's how it behaved. Precisely. This is the Russia-Ukraine gap. 600, 700 points gap down जो आपने देखा was precisely after that, February. But the forecast happened before. Imagine. मतलब जो होना था वो तो हुआ ही, तो हम कर क्या रहे? That's the question, as I said, you need to ask yourself. This is the lunar cycle basis of lunar. कल अमावस्या है, so this lunar, not अमावस्या, पूर्णिमा है, ट्रेंड चेंज होता है usually lunar के basis पे. Look at this, the down tick that you are seeing. This is a full moon. Over here you are seeing a full moon. the top is the new moon or the no moon. Okay. Before the top of 18600, 18400 पे आके मैंने बोला moon cycle is changing, Nifty is topping out for good. And also मेरे 7-8 साल का पहले का रिसर्च था जो यहाँ टॉप बनेगा. यहाँ पर लूनार साइकिल था, फुल मून पे टॉप बना, yes, a fall, top, a fall, top, a fall. Look at this. Every full moon since then has formed a top on most of the occasions. Most of the occasions I am talking, not all. यहाँ पर भी 3-4 दिन का टॉप बना है. अभी now full moon is again. What will happen? You decide. 3-4 दिन का टॉप. I'm not saying substantial. So it might change the trend. That is what lunar cycle. See, everything is cyclical. Think of it. Moon governs the most part of water on earth. It results into high tide on Purnima and low tide on Amavasya. Human body is more than 70% of water. Don't you think it will result into some fluctuations in our original being? But हमें realize नहीं होता. But market reflects that. That is what happens. It's but beautiful study. See, I don't know anything about astrology. I just know how it relates with the market. And we don't have much time, else I would have explained it to you in much detail about these cycles and this time, how it works. Volume profile. Volume profile tells you, volume तो देखा होगा, volume profile पहली बार देख रहे हो कि कौन से प्राइस पॉइंट पे बड़े प्लेयर ने ट्रेड लिया है. That is what volume profile tells you. ITC, if you would have done an SIP in ITC every 55 days, you would have made a lot of money. कैसे? हर 55 दिन में ITC का स्टॉक ऊपर जाता है. हर 55 दिन में देखो ना, every 55 days. And this was anticipated. And look what happened. ITC continued to rally on the upside. Can you see that? That's the beauty of it. Crude oil. Every 115 days crude oil rallies. Crude oil का ये जो sharp rise आया यहाँ पर, it was supposed to come because this is where the crude oil rallied because Russia-Ukraine happened here. So crude oil rallies every 115 days. Wow. तो रशिया यूक्रेन यहाँ हुआ, लेकिन 115 डेज का साइकिल लो यही था. मतलब क्रूड ऑयल तो रैली यहाँ करना ही था. Lunar cycle I have already talked about. Fantastic. This is Reliance Industries based on volume profile because I think we are running out of time. Sensex prediction I have shown it to you, and Bank Nifty prediction I have shown it to you. That's how it is working, and various charts. These are all the predictions of the past. I want to tell you, it works. Only you alone can change your situation. Don't blame it on anything. It works. आपको ये techniques apply करनी है and magic देखना है कि कैसे ये techniques इतनी brilliantly चलती है. So guys, this is the book. You can find it. The link is there. You can find it from there. Effective Trading in Financial Markets Using Technical Analysis. That's the book I am talking about. You can be a part of that book, and then let me know if it helps you for trading. I'm open for questions. Please, any questions, anything you would like to know. And this is a quick disclosure. We are SEBI registered research analysts. Whatever we are talking is on this. And if you have any questions, you can just reach out to, you can Google my name, Ashish Kyal, you will get how to reach out to me. You can simply do that, and you can follow me on YouTube. I have nearly 30,000 subscribers on YouTube right now, and Twitter also. So ensure you can just do that. I want to deal with your problems by becoming rich is class.